Okay, what I've got here is a 2020 Explorer. It's a police car, but I've not seen a video on what is available when using ForScan on the brand new vehicles, if they will even communicate. ForScan is a program that is for Ford and Mazda vehicles, and you basically can buy a subscription lifetime if you actually want to buy the license and everything for $50, or you can just keep renewing and changing the date every year. Some people bypass it and get away with doing that. Me personally, I don't recommend doing that. I recommend just buying the program if you're going to buy it, so you can legitimately utilize it without having to worry about any repercussions, because when you start circumventing the systems like that and the people that build these programs catch on, I don't know what could happen, but I'm sure a lot of people do it. I just went ahead and paid for it because I thought that was the right thing to do if they're giving me the ability to use a program. So I just went into ForScan just now, and now I'm going to try to communicate with this vehicle. Down here on the bottom of the screen, there's a little connect deal. Connecting to vehicle. Adapter is not optimized for performance. This adapter should work at a higher baud rate, so I'm going to say yes. It's connecting to the vehicle. It recognized that it's a Ford Explorer full hybrid 3.3 liter. It's recognizing the modules online, so it looks like it is communicating just fine. Now it's asking me if I want to save the profile for this vehicle. No, I particularly don't, because I'm not hoping I never see this vehicle again, just because it's been such a pain in my butt. So I'm going to say no, don't save the profile. And then I'm going to go in here and look and see if it'll actually show me. Well, let's look here. This is configuration and programming. Let's see what we can do. Okay, it says that we could obtain module configuration for as-built data. It says we can go into, let's just go into PCM, see what it does. And then go down here to run service procedure. Changing configuration is potentially not safe. And then you can go in here, and it is strongly recommended to always make an ABD, I think it's auto backup, as built data backup using ForScan. So it's actually going to let me go in here and do some of this programming through ForScan. And you would think that the manufacturer would have you locked out, but you don't. You can actually go in here and do your programming and stuff with some of this. And I stopped because I don't want to mess with the programming. But then you can actually go in. Let's go down here and hit the little stop button. Okay, so maybe, oh, that's the log. You gotta go up to the top right here on the left, and then you can go into all kinds of stuff like module configuration for the IPC, the SCCM, the ACM, the power steering control modules, all kinds of stuff you can do in this. And then you can even go in here and you can hook up like oscilloscope leads and stuff like that if you really wanted to. Vehicle tests. Let's check and see what DTCs were in here. These TRM codes are for a trailer module. This vehicle doesn't have that. And then these audio control modules are set. It says present at time of request. Air conditioning control module. These randomly pop up. This U0111 and the U0100 and the audio control module in these. And Ford has no fix for it. This here, DTC maturing. Intermittent at time of request, malfunction indicator lamp, test not complete, transmission fluid pressure sensor switch, high circuit range performance. But then when you go look at that code in the computer on Oasis, it says that there's no there's no repair for that code. You just replace the actual sensor. You don't do anything, which is weird because you replace it, it comes back. But it says there's no pinpoint test for that code. I don't get that. I really don't understand how you're supposed to be able to fix something when they don't even give you the means to fix it. Let's go back to settings here, not settings, but what is this down here? About. No, I don't want about. I want this wrench. Module reset. Reset all adaptions. We want to go to PCM. So you can go through and reset these modules individually. Tire pressure monitor, learning mode you can do through here as well. Calibrate steering angle sensor. So you want the vehicle to pretty much be in a centered position when you do that. And on flat ground. And then you go down here to calibrate steering angle sensor. And then you perform action. So if you did, and then it'll say make sure the following conditions are met: park the vehicle on level ground, bring the steering wheel straight ahead, steering wheel must not be touched during the procedure. And then you can go ahead and calibrate your zero position, like if you put a rack in this thing, or you did some kind of ABS work where it needed to see an IVD reinitialization or steering wheel angle reset for the IBS system or the ABS system to function properly. Seems like you can do all that through here. Okay, so now I'm going to go back out for a test drive. I clicked on DTCs right here. I forgot to start recording. And then I clicked on this little triangle down here. And then please cycle ignition off and then back on. Okay, I just did that. It's bringing all the modules back online. It's a successful DTC reading, no error codes found. The error codes are in the TRM, which this doesn't have that. Those codes are always going to be there. This is pretty handy. I mean, all the way up to these 2020 vehicles, this ForScan seems to be working really, really great. You can get into the modules, program modules, do all kinds of stuff in here. Even has all the manufacturer warnings and stuff going through ForScan, so it's actually a pretty decent program. Previously, somebody asked if I can data log from this screen. I went over here to this little wavy pattern. I clicked on it, and then I went down here to the bottom. There's like a little sprocket right here on the bottom of the screen. Set up all gauges. So I go there. Let's just pick Ambient Air Temp. Accelerator pedal position. And then what else can we look at here? I mean, it's got all kinds of stuff. Auxiliary transmission fluid pump, battery. Let's look at charger cooler. It doesn't have that. Cylinder head temperature. So we'll pick those, and then we'll hit the check mark right here on the bottom. Oh no, wait a second. Let's just go AC pressure, ambient air. Let's just do, oh, we can't do multiples, we can only do one at a time. Ambient air temp. Hit the check mark. Really? How about we do that? And then there we go. You can't do more. You gotta click it and then click the arrow and it sends it over. Here. Go there. Ambient air temp. And then it says it's reading in Celsius. Let's try to get that out of Celsius. So I think you can go down here. Let's get out of this real quick. I think we can go down here and then we can change it to, where is this at? I know there's like a setting in here. Let's go down here. Is this it? That's Imperial. And then let's go back over here. Then let's go to our sprocket. And then let's go to ambient air temperature. Send it over. There we go. Imperial is Fahrenheit. And then let's look at accelerator pedal position. And let's go all the way down here. Let's just grab the bar and drag it. Let's go to like short-term fuel trim or something like that. Short-term fuel trim 1. Send it over. Short-term fuel trim 2, and it even gives you the description of what it is that you're clicking on. So we're gonna go short-term fuel trim number 2, send it over to the other column, and then let's hit the check mark. And then we start live data right here on the bottom left, and then it will give me what I need. It's a hybrid, so it doesn't read anything until the hybrid starts rolling, or the hybrid turns off, I should say. We're good on our fuel trims, ambient air temperature's right, so I just hybrid just kick back in, fuel trim shut off. Let's get the motor to kick back on. There we go, motor kick back on. You got your readings and stuff, and you can sit and monitor short-term fuel trims, ambient air temp, accelerator pedal position. Blurb hit wide open throttle. It went 100 back down, so it's reading good. And then even if you wanted to have the vehicle like in a stagnant state, right? Let's just say we went here, turned it off, had the vehicle on, and we reconnected everything. Go back to run live data with the vehicle in the off position. So here we have 0. Then we could do like a basic throttle sweep. Let's see if we're glitching or missing anything as we're sweeping the throttle. We can see what the max wide open position is for this pedal assembly as well. There we go. We swept all the way down, nice, even, nothing missing. Really nice system. See, you can actually set this up better and put more categories on the screen to be able to read stuff better than the regular Ford IDS program. It almost seems like it's more beneficial to have this over IDS. I'm glad I bought it. I'm glad I got my own tough book, and ended up, I bought this dongle. It's called the OBD Link EX. If you get the one with the switch on it, it doesn't, you have to switch between your high speed and medium speed networks. You don't want to have to do that. Just get the OBD Link EX. It's like 40 to 50 bucks. You do pay more for it. And there's no switching and stuff. It automatically does everything for you right when you connect to the program. That's the review of ForScan on 2020 vehicles. Connects just fine. It works just fine. If not, somewhat better.